This is the first mega fight in boxing history where you have two bad guys. You have the potential for both fighters in a super fight being booed into the ring. It's never happened before. And it's probably going to happen on April 26th. This will be the first time he's in there with a genuinely dangerous man. How's he going to deal with it?
On one side of this explosive rivalry, Eubank Jr. isn't just confident. He's dangerously dismissive. He treats Conor Benn like an amateur stepping into deep waters without a life jacket. There's no sign of nerves, no studying tape, no deep strategy talk. Because in Eubank's eyes, Benn isn't even worth the preparation. He's already beneath him. Eubank mocks the very idea that Benn poses any threat, especially when it comes to power. According to him, Benn's knockout hype is nothing but noise, manufactured excitement from desperate fans trying to believe in something that isn't real. To Eubank, this isn't going to be a battle. It's not a war.
I'm not focused on the amount of people that will be there. I'm not focused on the scale of this event. I'm not focused on the hype around this fight. All of that is really irrelevant. What's important is...
It's a clinical, one-sided dismantling. This isn't a fight, Eubank suggests. It's an execution dressed up as entertainment. But the bravado doesn't stop there. Eubank Jr. goes nuclear as he dismantles what he sees as the carefully protected narrative surrounding Conor Benn. He doesn't stop at calling out Benn's failed drug tests. He calls them a betrayal of everything boxing should stand for. This, he says, isn't just about two men settling a score. It's about restoring honor to a sport that's been dragged through the mud. Eubank fumes over the hypocrisy. While he's taken the hard road, clean training, sacrifice, discipline, he's still painted as the villain. Meanwhile, Benn, despite his drug test controversies, is being welcomed back like a returning hero. The injustice stings. Has boxing lost its moral compass?
Just the walk, let alone the fight part. It takes a lot of mental strength. It takes a lot of guts, a lot of heart, mental strength. It's a huge thing in boxing.
It's a big thing in life, even outside of boxing, right? In business and in all, I think, great endeavors. Do you think it's something that you can, from what you've seen in the gym, something you can teach or train?
I think you can.
Eubank asks, rhetorically. In his mind, this isn't a typical rivalry. It's a reckoning. He's stepping into that ring not just to defeat Conor Benn, but to punish a broken system that seems to reward controversy and forget integrity. On the other hand, Benn's team isn't staying silent, especially trainer Tony Sims. Sims understands just how deep this fight runs. It's been brewing for over 2 years, simmering under the surface, and now it's about to erupt under the brightest lights the sport can offer. According to Sims, Conor Benn has quietly transformed behind the scenes. He's no longer the same fighter the public remembers. He's become sharper, stronger, more ruthless, and more focused than ever before. Sims believes Benn has evolved not just physically, but mentally. What fans will...
So, yeah, I think the difficulty for Conor Benn in this fight is the weight and is the size. I think he's a better fighter. And I think at a natural weight class, he's a big favourite in the fight. But coming up 2 weight classes, it makes it a 50-50 fight. And you ain't going to blink in this one.
See on fight night, he insists, is a version of Conor Benn that no one, not even Eubank, is prepared for. But this goes beyond preparation. This is legacy. This isn't just about Benn versus Eubank Jr. It's about Nigel Benn and Eubank Sr. 2 legendary names that still cast long shadows over British boxing. The pressure on both sons is immense. They're not just fighting for victory, they're fighting for identity, for redemption, for their family names. When that bell rings, it's not just pride at stake. It's everything: legacy, honor, and a deeply personal score that has spanned generations. Both men will step into the ring at their physical peaks, but it's the emotional weight, that may decide who cracks first. This isn't just a boxing match. It's a historic, personal collision of bloodlines, egos, and unfinished business. Get ready. Because when these two finally clash,
Conor Benn, I think he's great value. I think he's like the perfect guy to build such a big fight, and Chris just winds him up. And yeah, I honestly, I would say if I was, but I would say a 3.
Yeah,
in terms of,
I believe that. I mean, you could easily bullshit your way out of this.
it won't be about points or scorecards. It'll be about who survives the storm. On the flip side of this heated rivalry, Tony Bellew isn't holding anything back. With raw emotion and unfiltered passion, Bellew dives straight into the heart of the fight, throwing his full support behind Conor Benn. He doesn't just praise Benn, he elevates him. To Bellew, Conor isn't some manufactured star. He's a battle-hardened warrior, forged in adversity long before ever stepping into the professional ring. But when Chris Eubank Jr.'s name comes up, Bellew's tone takes a dark turn. There's no respect, no admiration, only cold disdain. He doesn't see Eubank as charismatic. He sees him as calculated and arrogant. Bellew mocks Eubank's press conference theatrics, calling them ego-driven performances, rather than signs of genuine confidence. In Bellew's eyes,
Conor's his dad's son, and his dad's exactly the same. And the Eubanks and the Benns, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and so there'll always be that family rivalry going on. And Chris's aloof personality, riles Conor, like his dad did, with their dads did. So he knows exactly what he's got to do.
Eubank isn't fighting for legacy. He's chasing the spotlight. What's more, Bellew's loyalty to Benn runs deep. It's not just about boxing. It's personal. He speaks with the fire of a man watching family go to war. To him, this isn't just a rivalry. It's a collision between authenticity and illusion, respect and reputation. And Bellew has made it crystal clear. He's riding with Benn until the end. Meanwhile, Don Charles offers a more technical, but equally blunt, perspective. Though he labels the matchup a 50-50 fight on the surface, the truth is hard to ignore. Chris Eubank Jr., in his view, is operating on a higher level. Talk of age and weight is just noise. The real difference lies in experience, size, and elite-level ring IQ. And Eubank has all three in abundance.
I only see one side, but I wasn't expecting him to be as strong as he was. And for someone so little, he does pack a punch. And I was I was quite shocked by that. I thought I could potentially just bully him, because being 2-3, probably like three, maybe 4 weight classes above him, I just thought I'd be a bit too big. But yeah, he's very, very good. I'm quite intrigued to see that fight.
Charles doesn't deny Conor Benn's fire or legacy, but he's confident that raw aggression won't hold up against Eubank's razor-sharp precision. Recklessness, he warns, always gets exposed, and Eubank will be the one doing it. Then comes Anthony Joshua, another huge name throwing serious weight behind Eubank Jr. After witnessing his ruthless training firsthand, Joshua made it clear, Eubank isn't just prepared, he's savage. He went further, questioning Benn's discipline and painting him as a fighter distracted by hype rather than hardened by hunger. This isn't just backing, it's a brutal warning. The message is loud and clear, the stage is set.
Yeah, he seemed a bit stronger. He can punch Conor anyway, you know what I mean? He's always had a dig on him. I think you might get that from the old man, but he's improved a lot, Conor, and he can dig. So I think that would be a surprise for Eubank, because he's quite very explosive. Conor is, you know what I mean? He's especially when he comes out of the blocks, he's dangerous, you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting.
And Conor Benn better be ready for war, because Chris Eubank Jr. is coming with bad intentions. Frank Warren didn't pull any punches when it came to addressing Chris Eubank Jr. In a brutally honest and explosive moment, Warren flat out called Eubank a prick, delivering a scathing assessment of the fighter's personality and public demeanor. And when asked to elaborate, Warren didn't soften his stance. He doubled down, making it crystal clear that he has no respect for the way Eubank carries himself both inside and outside the ring. This wasn't just about boxing ability. This was personal, a full-blown clash of egos. Warren's blistering remarks only intensified the already electric atmosphere surrounding the fight. Eubank's brash, often cocky persona has made him one of the most polarizing figures in British boxing. And now, with Warren's takedown, the feud is reaching boiling point. It's evident that the bad blood between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn has evolved far.
Eubank says he'll retire if Benn beats him. Can you see where that thought process comes from? Obviously Conor stepping up 2 weights, the amount of bad blood there's been.
Yeah, maybe then you just don't know. Maybe where does he go from there if Conor beats him? I'm not trying to say Conor's any lesser, but yeah, Chris is obviously the guy who should beat him because he's a lot heavier, maybe more seasoned, but you know, it's definitely a 50-50 fight in my eyes. I think Conor's going to beat him. So yeah, you can see where that thought process comes from. But you know, who knows? I know Chris likes to play poker a lot, so maybe comes back for the money or something.
Far beyond a professional rivalry. This is war. Pride, reputation, and legacy are all on the line. Every jab outside the ring is stoking the fire, and when the bell finally rings, it won't just be about belts. It'll be about settling scores. Meanwhile, UFC star Darren Till has weighed in on the chaos, especially reacting to Eubank Jr.'s shocking statement that he'll retire if he loses to Conor Benn. According to Till, the claim is massive, but not surprising. He understands the pressure Eubank is under, especially considering Benn is moving up significantly in weight. A loss for Eubank wouldn't just be a setback, it would shake his entire legacy. But here's the twist. Till doesn't see Eubank as the obvious favorite. In fact, he calls this fight a true 50-50 clash. While Eubank has the size, experience, and durability, Benn's explosive aggression and unpredictability could cause serious problems. And as for that retirement talk? Till believes it could be nothing more than another psychological mind game, a classic Eubank tactic to rattle his opponent and stir hype. The question remains, if Benn wins, will Eubank really hang up the gloves? Or is it all part of the show? Only time, and the fight, will reveal the truth.